All right, friends, I'm back for the fourth and final card to the Life is Sweet Paper Pumpkin Kit for June. I'm Jill Blanchette. I made super simple cards this month. If you've been watching the videos, you've seen they're quick, easy, and not all that involved. I do use a few things here and there that aren't in the kit just because I needed to shake it up a little bit. I loved the cards that were in here, but I shook it up a little bit. So let's get started with our fourth card. Make sure I got everything here. We're going to have, this is a Shy Shamrock base at 8.5 by 5.5. Fold it or score it at 4 1/4. Fold it in half. Burnish on your fold. I've got a basic black that is 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. It's kind of warm down here tonight. My glue bottle is warming up and clogging up. All right, that looks pretty good. We'll stick that down. Our top layer is 5 by 3 3/4. We're going to blend that. Let me make sure I got all my inks. Hang on one second. All right, we're going to start with Cherry Cobbler. No, I'm going to start at the top. So I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler, the Peach Pie, and I did use Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to start at the top with my Daffodil Delight. And just, oh, I hope I'm not going to shake this. I'll try and not go too hard with my scrubbing. So I'm going to go around and around and around with the Daffodil Delight. Get it as dark as you'd like. I'm going to go down a little bit into where my next color is going to be, and I'm going to come in with my Peach Pie. Down here through the center section. Look at that, I got to try and get those swirlies out of there. I'm going to go up into my daffodil a little bit. Like this. I'm going to take it up there a little smidgy bit. I'm going to come see if I can get it a little darker. This little brush is not wanting to pick it up. When I'm done, I can go back with the little bit bigger brush, but bring those down, bring those two together. Then we're going to come in with our Cherry Cobbler along the bottom, and I am using the same brush. Not always the smartest thing to do, but I was going dark to light, and so I was hoping that I had, or light to dark, so I was hoping that I had enough of the color out. Just gonna kind of blend that around. I want that a little bit darker if I can get it there. Without being too dark, too smudgy. I'm trying to be soft. I'm coming up into the peach with the cherry because I want them to all blend. Actually, I came all the way up a little bit too into the daffodil with it. Pick that color up. Wish I could get it darker like that smudge spot, but I'm just going to get those smudge spots if I... All right, we're going to call that good for that cherry cobbler. We're good there. And again, let's see if I can get some peach. Bring some more peach in. Darken that up a little bit. Blend them a little bit. And then I'm going to try this same brush with the daffodil, see if I could pick it up a little better. There we go. All right. So we've got all of our colors blended on our paper. And then now I'm going to run it through the same embossing folder. Any texture is okay. Whatever you can get on there is good. So I'm going to put it in this, what's it called? Dashing Designs 3D embossing folder. Put it in here and I'm going to run it through the machine. I'll be right back. I'll wipe up my space to get some of that ink up before I put it all over everything. Then we're going to glue this paper down to the card base. Again, we got a lot of texture here. Probably calls for a lot of glue. And I wanted the red at the bottom. Run my brayer across it. So I can get that glue to stick down really well. Now this embossing folder could crumple your paper on some of the, well, you can see it here. These stick up, and so it kind of, I don't want to say crumpled, but after I did that and then ran it through the folder after I blended it, it kind of popped the fibers, but that's fine. It just gives it another textured look, and it's all good. So then I'm going to take my, I've got a cherry, a peach, and my lemon should still be over here. Or not. Or they're still here, you just gotta know where to look for them. So we need a lemon, a peach, and the cherries. And we're just going to pop them up. I do believe that they are all popped up. Yep, so I'm going to lay them down how I want them on the front here. Kind of like this. All right, and then I just kind of laid my thanks out there to make sure that I had a good space on them so that I could still see everything. I think that looks good. I'll go this way so it looks more. We got the cherries on the bottom. And then I just sort of held on to them, stuck my little glue nozzle in there, gave it a little spritz of glue in there, and glue my cherry on. Then I can flip them over and put dimensionals on the back. And put them in places where I know that they will stick and hold everything together. And then we're going to pop that up on the front. Kind of center it. Maybe if you're thinking about it, you could try and place them so like the cherries are down in the red, the peaches up in the yellow, or in the peachy color, the yellow's kind of up in the yellow. I'll turn mine so that it kind of does that, so that you see what I mean there. All right, and then I've got just a strip of basic white, and I'm going to take my brush. I already cleaned it out, but I'm going to try and clean it out on here. Let's get some more peachy pie out. Let me see what all colors I used on there. Mostly peach pie looking. So we're just going to go on our white a little bit with our colors. Could have done this, I suppose, while we were doing the background. If you're really good, you could do the same variegated gradient coloring. That would be kind of neat too. That we did there, you could do that on there. Let's see what if I could get a little red in there. Just a smidge. All right, we'll stop. We got that in there pretty good. Just give it some color. Then I've got my cherry cobbler and my word thanks. And that's Runaway Loose. That looks pretty good. Then we're just gonna stamp that down. Like so. And then we're gonna fussy cut it out. So I'm just gonna go around all the letters, not real close, like, well, pretty close, but I'm still leaving a little tiny bit of white if I can around it. And so I will cut this out and I will be right back. Okay, so now it's all cut out. I'm going to glue it onto a black, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut around it again, leaving just a little hint of the border around it. Not too crazy. Actually, it just kind of ends up to be what it is. It is what it is. So just go ahead and start cutting again, and just leave a little bit of the black so that you've got a layer going on. Oh, I always end up getting too close when I get to the curves. But I will finish cutting that and I'll be right back. All right, so now we're gonna pop that up on the front. Let me get a scissor here. Sorry for all the noise from my scissor charm. I normally try and use my other scissors, but I think they're over at my desk. For some reason, I didn't bring them back over yet. Probably don't need this one in the center because we don't want it to. We just want it to pop up on the ends, so. Strategically place those on the ends. Stick these back down. And we're just gonna stick this in there where we can get it. Center it. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. Center it from side to side a little bit, if you can. And there is our outside of that card. For the inside, we have a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of basic white. And I did the same thing that I did on the other card. I got the peach. I'm just going to use the ink that's still in the brush. Should hopefully make a pretty peach. I'll get a little bit more on one side to darken that down. And then we have the summer splash for our leaf. I probably could go down a little bit further. Okay, a little overkill now. That's what happens. Leave it alone. Sometimes that little extra thing you're trying to do is just going to do that. And then we're going to glue this to the inside, but I'm going to flip it over and do my peach again. So we'll glue it to the inside, and there is our 4th and final card for this kit. I appreciate you watching, and I will be back again next month with the July kit. If you get these kits, remember the July, August, September kit has a new set of dies available, so be sure and order those so that you've got the dies to do a little something extra with your supplies. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.